Hello, my name is Ty Whiteley and I'm owner of Chunks Learning Center.
What made you decide to open a child care center?
Well, I love education and I know how important education is to children. So I wanted to make sure that young children, ages 0 to 5, had a very good foundation because that is what will set them up for success in elementary school and beyond.
Question 2, what is your mission?
Our mission is to make sure that children are ready for elementary school when they leave our center.
What are some of the licensing requirements for opening a child care facility?
Oh, there are several. So Bright from the Start, as you guys know, regulates the licensing of our centers, but we have to make sure that we have things like 35 square feet per child. We need to make sure that we have bathrooms available for the children who are potty trained, and we also need to make sure that we have access to water for hand washing. There are some other things like classrooms, what needs to be in the classrooms is in the outside area. That also goes into licensing.
Question 4, do you believe the child care ratios are reasonable?
I do not. So at Chunks, we do try to have lower class sizes, so smaller class sizes for our students, because it is it can be very hectic to have one teacher to 10 toddlers or one teacher to 6 babies. Even though that is acceptable, we try to make sure that we have more teachers so that the ratios are smaller.
Question 5, what are some rules and regulations that you implement in your child care center?
First and foremost, we make sure that we implement all of our safety regulations. We want to make sure that we are in ratio. We want to make sure that we are paying attention to the children. We're quality rated, so we kind of go above and beyond what the state requires. So interacting with children, scheduling, nurturing, all of that is in our curriculum. And then we make sure that we go by the GELS, the Georgia Early Learning and Development Standards, so that we can make sure that kids are meeting their milestones.
Question 6, what is the most important thing for teachers to recognize when caring for children?
I think that it's important for teachers to recognize that every child is different. So even though we may have a classroom full of 2-year-olds, each one of those 2-year-olds are different little people, right? So we need to make sure that we're catering to their needs, because we may have a child who is very advanced. So we want to make sure that that child is getting what they need, maybe challenging them a little bit more. Or we may have a child who has sensory problems or who doesn't grasp things as easily. And so we need to still make sure that that child is taken care of and is educated and loved.
Question 7, are you quality rated?
We are. So we went through quality rated in the middle of the pandemic, and the highest star rating you could get was a 2 back then. It wouldn't let us go for a 3 unless you were already quality rated. So we went for that 2-star rating and we got it.
Can you talk about how quality rated is related to your center?
Yes, so I talked a little bit about it before. Scheduling, intentional teaching, nurturing, building relationships, communication, all of that is a part of quality rated. So we have to go a little bit above and beyond to make sure that we are really forming a relationship with the kids. So our teachers do things like, get down on the kids' level. They build trusting relationships with them. We have schedules in each classroom. So we really implement the quality rated system at Chunks.
Question 8, do you have a handbook for your teachers and parents?
Yes, we do have a staff handbook that's about 60 pages, and then we have a family handbook that's about 30 pages.
And question 9, what have you learned along the way?
Oh, wow. What have I learned along the way? Well, I've learned that I love children even more than I thought I did before. And I continue to learn that every child is special. And I continue to learn that child care workers are very, very important to our society, and that above and beyond anything else, they need to be respected in this profession and outside of this profession. I also have learned that families and children in the community, all of that goes hand in hand. We can't just focus on the children. We also have to focus on their families and their environment that they are subject to once they leave our center.
And that concludes the interview. Thank you.
You're welcome.